going on, Strictly Geek? I'm your host, David the Hammer Messick, and welcome to today's Strictly Geek News. Guys, we have some awesome stuff on the board today, a lot of good DC stuff, a little bit of Marvel, so let's go ahead and jump on into it. So starting off with Suicide Squad 2. They have had a draft that has been sent in for an official script. Now guys, with Suicide Squad 2, I gotta be honest, I absolutely did not like this film whatsoever, and I might receive a little bit of hate for that. There are a few things that I liked about this film, and some things that I'm just like, what are you doing, DC? Come on. I absolutely love Deadshot in this film. I think Will Smith nailed the role. He was my favorite part. Every time he stepped on screen, I was like, yes, something good, finally again. It's not that any of the characters look bad. It's not that any of them did a bad job. It's just how I kind of think about a lot of the DC films so far is that the script has not been good so far. Now, the Joker in this film was totally different than what we got with Heath Ledger's Joker, and I was glad that they did that as well. They showed a different twist on the Joker, which made me think of him, like I didn't want to compare him to Heath Ledger because it was completely different. But what I didn't get in this movie was to actually get to see a good amount of the Joker to know how he actually is. And I feel like they kind of just threw him in there because they had Harley Quinn in there and they didn't feel like she could stand on her own, which she can. So if they're going to throw the Joker ever in the Suicide Squad movie again, and that's confirmed, I need to see more of that Joker to get a full grasp on who he really is. Rather than that, the characters do a great job. So I just hope that they're able to get a good story plot going into the next movie. Moving on to a little bit of Marvel news. Guys, there was a theory going on that Natalie Portman could return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Avengers 4 because in the Dark World she mentioned a quantum generator reactor, and we're thinking that she could possibly be dealing with the quantum realm. I do not want this whatsoever, to be honest with you. Natalie Portman is a great actress, but I believe that she was the downfall, in my opinion, of the first two Thor movies. Thor 1 and Thor 2 had some great action sequences in it. It had some good storyline to it, but I felt like what really took away from Thor was the fact that you tried to give us this romance between Jane Foster and Thor, and it just did not go together. It took away from the mighty Thor just being a beast. I mean, I feel like that's why Thor Ragnarok, the third movie, was the best out of the installment, because it was all about Thor just being Thor. You didn't have him tied down in a relationship. You didn't have him, tied down to just strictly Earth. You know, you got Thor being Thor. So do I want Natalie Portman returning? If she has like a 5-minute window in the entire movie to do with something with science, that's fine. But other than that, I really do not want to really see her in the movie as a big role whatsoever. That's my personal opinion. I'm sorry if you disagree, but hey, that's how it is. Let's go ahead and move on to this right here. So guys, we have Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. We got a little bit of a teaser from both of them in the new upcoming Titans show that will be streaming on the DC streaming line. I'm excited. You know, it's awesome to get to see these two characters. You know, you had Jason Todd in the teaser say, hey, I'm the new Robin. And then he even teased him in an elevator and told Dick that he gets to drive the Batmobile and how cool it is to be Robin and fight crime and be famous and all this stuff. It's cool. Do I think he looks the role? Not necessarily. To me, he looks more like a Damian Wayne. But, you know, he's a little shorter, he's a little smaller, which he was than Dick Grayson. But, you know, I don't feel like that by much. He looks small. But I don't want to judge him until I officially get to see this on the big screen and I actually get to watch the show for myself. Like I said, I don't judge anything just off a picture, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, it could be promising, it could be good. All I know is I think Dick Grayson, I think they look great. They got the look going on. Let's just hope the action's on par with what we've been getting on TV recently. And, you know, Marvel's Daredevil, Iron Fist, the martial arts in these films are absolutely fantastic. Arrow does a pretty great job. So I hope to see that the action and martial arts in this film coming from these two, it better be pretty awesome when your master is the Batman. Moving on, let's go ahead and talk Star Wars. Boom, boom, and Black Panther. So guys, Black Panther actually surpassed The Last Jedi for the most money out of any Blu-ray made in the year of 2018. It has the biggest outcome, and Star Wars was holding on to it for a long time. But guys, Black Panther it has a special element about it. It's a, I'm not going to say it's one of my favorite Marvel movies. There's a lot of things that I wish they would have done differently with it, from, you know, when it comes to the MCU, you got to realize that it's different than the comics. And for me, that takes some getting used to because I'm really into the comics. And when you got Black Panther, who's one of the smartest people in the entire Marvel cinematic, well, no, the entire Marvel universe, sorry, the 616 comic universe, he's one of the smartest, being on, you know, the Illuminati, and right up there with that of Tony Stark and Reed Richards and Doctor Doom and Mr. Fantastic. I already said Reed Richards, who is Mr. Fantastic. Sorry, guys. But he's one of the smartest. And in this movie, you have Shuri, his sister, basically being the brains of the operations. You also have him being as one of the best martial artists in the whole Marvel Universe. Yet, his fighting didn't look all that great. I think the fighting that we got out of Marvel's Daredevil and Iron Fist, these shows that are a Netflix series, had better fighting scenes than what we get in a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. And I'm not okay with that. I wanted more. The movie as itself, though, had a special element when you get like to the African type thing. You get the music, you get the tribes, you get it has a whole different feel to it. That I appreciated. That I thought it was cool. I love the culture in the film. I thought it did well. I like the film better than I liked The Last Jedi, so I can see why it surpassed it, to be honest with you. It has a lot of things going for it in some ways. The Last Jedi was, I mean, come on. This picture over here of The Last Jedi looks awesome. But when you have Luke in the background, normally in Star Wars films, you have the villain in the background standing over him. If you guys look at any poster cover, it's always the villain standing in the background, right? So for this, I thought I was going to get more to Luke than what I got. And even Mark Hamill is confused on his role in these new Star Wars films. He doesn't really get it because the story isn't really going anywhere like it should. That's my opinion. You guys might disagree, and that's okay. But I'm tired of the same Skywalker storyline to where we get all these unanswered questions. We have people doing things that just don't make sense. And I mean, you had Leia in space, like, using the Force, like, I don't even know what that was. I'm sorry if I'm hating and you guys love this movie, but I was not a huge fan. But it is what it is. Black Panther's doing better. Good job, Black Panther, and good job, Marvel. Anyways, Disney's getting rich because they own the rights to both of these. So, good for you, Disney. Guys, I'm David the Hammer Messick with Strictly Geek, and I hope you guys can head on over there, hit that like button, stay tuned for more awesome content, more news, more articles, and I will be giving you guys news every single day. All right, I'm signing off. Have a fantastic weekend.